Guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and I am going to make some fold tags. Now, I'm using just some old time cards that somebody sent me. It's just got a good base to it, but you could use anything that you have. You can use the backings of ephemera, you can use just some cardstock, whatever you want to. They just need to be a little bit strong. Don't just use just regular paper to make them, because it's not going to be quite strong enough. So I would cover, you know, either some very thin chipboard, maybe the backing of a paper pad or something like that with your paper. That way they'll be a lot stronger. I just like my tags to be strong. I don't like them to be real weak and thin. I'm going to use 2 tags. Now you could do this with 3 if you wanted to. I'm just going to do a double fold, but you could do a triple fold too. Alright, so that looks pretty good right there. I am going to use my glue stick, and this is our Pioneer photo glue stick. It works really well. I have my craft mat down, and I have my big one down, because I'll get pretty messy on this if I don't. By using I could use my regular glue, but the thing of it is, this time card is thick, but this paper is not, so it might show through here. So when you've got some paper that's kind of thin, you need to use a solid glue, or either put that glue on with a brush or something. Maybe your art glitter glue, you can put it on with a brush, but I'd rather do it like this. And then I know that I've got a good adhesion on there, and I just smooth it out with my little credit card. Now any of this you can just wipe right off of this. That way when you flip it over, you've got a nice clean surface to go by. And I usually have a couple of towels. I have a dry one and a little bit of wet one. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put it almost right up against that one. I'm going to leave maybe the width of a credit card. So if you got a little card out, you can put that down in there, and I'm going to leave maybe the width of that. You just want enough room that when you fold it, your paper's not going to crack. If you get it too close when you try to fold, your paper's going to crack on you. So I'm going to put some glue down here, and then I'll put some on the back of my card. This card just eats my glue stick up because it's got those edges that drop off a little bit. It's a little bit thick. And normally I would stitch around these. Not something you have to do, but I normally would. But my little sewing machine is at the doctor, getting repaired. Alright, that looks like I'm going to move it out just a tiny bit. Just want to have enough room. I don't want my paper to crack when I fold it over. So maybe a little bit more than the thickness of a credit card. Just try to get it as even as you can all the way down. Then I flip it over and go this side. So there we have that. I'm going to go ahead and trim this. I cleaned my black handle scissors a little while ago, and they've run away. Can't find them now. I don't know what I did with them. I was cleaning as I was walking around and getting mail and all that kind of stuff, so who knows where I laid them down. You know, that might be where I laid them down when I got the mail and opened it. I'll have to go look in a little while. Now this paper is from Lynn Art. Let's see, Lynn Art Studio. And that is on Etsy, and it's L-E-N-A-R-T-E Studio. If I forget to leave the link, you can just type that in and she should pop right up. Love, love, love her papers. This I'm going to be using in my rose journal, because it's got those beautiful roses on it. Okay, now we're going to fold that. Normally I would wait and let my glue dry, but as you can see, no cracking, because I did leave. That's probably about an 1/8. Let's see. Little tiny bit less than an 1/8, maybe a 1/16 that I left in there. Now you can cut these into a tag shape. I think I'll cut them, but I'm only going to cut one side. I'm not going to cut this side, I don't think. I'm still debating on that. But right now we're going to cover this side because we need the inside to be where you can journal on it. So let's find a paper. Got my coffee dyed paper in this little holder here. So let's see. Let's grab some of Veronica's. This is Veronica's paper, and I will put her link below to her Etsy store. She does some beautiful, beautiful coffee dyed paper. And it's Triple V Vintage if I forget to put her link down there. I normally remember, but sometimes lately, you know, I've got a lot going on around here, so I didn't think anybody was going to come in today. So I had full plans to craft all day long and do videos to kind of get caught up and to get things done for next week. Well, it has been a constant stream of contractors today, which is good. I'm not complaining. It's just, you know, they wanted to come, this one wanted to come and look at sheetrock, that one wanted to come and look at this, and then I sold some things that I had taken out of the house that I wasn't planning on putting back in the house, so I sold some of that on the marketplace, and so had people coming for that. And then a friend of ours come by to pick up some things that we had laid out for them, and so it's been busy, but that's okay. I'm not, like I said, I'm not complaining. All right, so we have this. Now before I do really pressing on my folding, I'm going to let that glue dry as much as possible because I don't want a little bubble right here in the middle. But if you cover both of them like that, see, that's pretty even. I see very little. Now I'm going to cut my little piece here, but I don't know if I'm going to cut the other side, so we'll see. I'm going to cut this one first, I think, and I may use this. There we go. I don't know. I think I'll go ahead and cut the other side. I think it looks a little bit strange just having one side cut, but you could just round the corners if you wanted to. Don't cut it. Just do anything that you want to. I'm just going to go ahead and trim this one. And this is just a little template that I made out of a piece of cardboard, and I just have some different angles on here that I use to cut things like this. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, now I am going to ink around this. I'm just using Vintage Photo. It goes really pretty with this paper collection. See, look how good that looks. And I'm just going to put it right on the edges. I like to put, I turn my little sponge dauber this way, and I put just a little bit up on here, and then I turn it straight out, and I go back over that, and that puts the ink right on the edge to make that edge look a lot darker. So first you would turn it this way, put a little bit up on the edge, just a light coat, and then you're going to turn it straight like this and darken that edge. And there you go, look at that. I think that looks good. I'm going to go ahead and ink the rest. All right, I am going to go ahead and put a little pull at the top. And I'm going to use my ribbon punch. I get this off of Amazon. The link will be below. I'll show you what it punches. Let me see if I can do both of them at the same time. Maybe I can, and they'll be more even. Yes. Okay. And it just punches that little place out like that. Little straight piece, and it's a lot easier to get your seam binding and ribbon in. Now, I'm not going to put my ribbon through both of them where it will keep it closed or make it stay closed. You could if you wanted to, but I'm going to put my ribbon through each side, and that way it can still be opened, but it'll look like it's closed. And I think I'm going to use some of this seam binding. This is from My Scrap Cabin Shop. I will put her link below as well. Go over and check her out. I love, love, love her seam binding. It's my favorite. She does such a good job with it. And she labels, she puts this around each piece. She labels each one. I mean, it's just fantastic. So see, we have it in that front one, and then I'm going to go ahead and put it in the back one. Do the same way. Okay, and then this can be slid down in a pocket like that, and you can still open it up and you can journal on the inside. I'm going to put a little bit of something on here. I don't want a lot because I don't want to cover any of this up. So let's see what we can come up with. I may try to put a little stamp on there. Just a partial stamp. Oh, I like that stamp. That dark brown goes with these brown leaves. I like that. So I'm going to put a little ink around it. And I think I'm going to put it sideways like that. Okay, I'm going to grab one of our little doilies. And this is one that I've already put some ink on. But when you get it, they won't already have the ink on there. They will be almost a white color. They have a little bit of charring on them because of the cut that we cut them with, but they won't have the ink on them. I'm trying to find one that I haven't colored yet. Let me look. Don't know if I have any in there. Where are they? Well, I think I have colored all of mine. I had a little pile, and I had some extra coffee when I got through drinking my coffee for breakfast. So I just dumped the coffee in a little bowl and dipped them in there. So I think I've already covered all of mine. I am going to put a little bit extra ink around the edges here, but they're easy to dye, and I just save back any extra coffee that I have. I keep it in the refrigerator, and then when I have a little bit of time or I have something I want to dye, I just dump it in a little bowl and dip things in there. Okay, so that is that. And then I may want a little label out through here, or maybe a number. Okay, I did find one. There's one that we haven't dyed yet. And this one that's not a good example. There's one. There's one that I haven't dyed yet. But see, it's got a little bit of charring from the laser. These are cut with a laser. But I just dip them in a little bit of coffee and let them sit out on something like this and dry, and they're fantastic. Now, let me see if I can get back to what I was about to do. I dumped everything out on my desk is the reason I had that. The reason I found that is because it dumped out on my desk. Let's see if I got a number in here. You can see all that dumped out on my desk. That's what happens to me when I start looking for things that I had put away. But let me tell you guys, we have something new coming. We have a new product coming to the store that Benji and I have designed, and I think you guys are going to love it. I already love it, and I only have just the prototype is all I have, but I already love it. So I can't wait to show it to you, but we've got a little bit more adjusting to do to it before we can release it, but I'm excited. And the thing of it is, I just gave him all the adjustments last night. He is so fast on, or I just gave him all of the measurements last night. He is so fast on this kind of stuff. He just goes 90 to nothing when it comes to new designs. I mean, he's an engineer, so that's kind of what he does, but still, he's just so quick on it. I mean, I can't give him designs fast enough for him. He just wants more and more. He says, give me more designs. I love to design. So I've got more things in my head, but it's just getting them out on paper and getting them to him. Okay, and I am going to put that like that. So there is just a little cluster on that. Now you can put lace on the sides if you want. You can do a lot of different things to it. I think I'm going to do this side too. Now this side doesn't have as many roses on it as the other one. So let's see what we can do over here. We're going to make another little cluster. This is just a piece of vellum that it's been printed on. And I want to think I'm going to do that one that way. I think I'm going to do my cluster on this side. Since I do have a little butterfly there, I'll do my cluster over here this time. Grab another one of the labels. You can also lay something down on this mat and ink on it if you want. And then the ink just wipes right up. These are our craft mats. We do have some in stock, but they have gone really fast. We had probably 50, and I think we're down to 2 until our next shipment comes in, which I'm hoping it comes in Monday. Okay, that there, and then what I'll put there. Let's see. Do we want to put a number there? No, I want something that runs this way. What about this little label? Like that. Yeah, that'll work. So let's put this down, and I'm going to put it right there. Make your little clusters out of your scraps. That's a good way to use them up. And it just makes some cute little clusters. Alright, let's put a little ink on this. This has got that pinky peach color that's down there. And it actually says hydrangea. I know that's not a hydrangea, but good enough, close enough. And there's our little cluster on that side. Cute, cute, cute. I love it. Okay, and then there is that. So that'll just stick down in a pocket. Let's see if I have a pocket. Not sure I have a pocket in here yet. I haven't put a lot of pockets in yet, so I don't think I have one. But let's just say that we had a pocket right here. We could just slide that down in the pocket. You can also slide this, like if this was going to be a corner tuck, you could slide it in there. Our belly band, our book buckle, I think is what somebody called it, and I thought that was a good name. You could slide it under there, like that. So lots of different ways that you can use that. So I think I'm going to make another one. Okay, I think this time we're going to make a trifold one. We're going to try to make a trifold. Let's see. Let me grab a paper. I think this paper would be pretty. Ooh, that one's pretty, but I don't want to put it on this. I think this one will work right here. So all I'm going to do on this is I'm going to glue these down on the back. Let's see. Do I want to glue them at the top or the bottom? I want to glue them at the bottom. Now, it's already got that white edge on here, so I'm going to make sure that I put them up a little bit away from the bottom so that I don't get that white edge on my tags. Now, if you had rather do these and then attach them together later, you can do that. You don't have to attach them like I'm doing with the paper. You can put them, you can cover each one and then use material, fabric to cover them with. You can use just a piece of paper to attach them with, different things. You don't have to do it like this. This is just my quick and easy way. Now these I'm going to leave just a little bit further apart because it's 3 of them. We don't have 2 this time, we have 3. A little bit further apart. See how this just eats my glue? It's because this is a little bit thicker than normal paper. And I go to the edge because I want to make sure everything's glued down well. Alright, again, and I'll pull it back over in just a second. Just trying to get them even. I started to say level, just trying to get them level. I want to get this glue off of here before I pull it back over. Okay. Now we have those on there. Now I'm just going to go ahead and trim around these with my scissors. You could put it back in your trimmer and do it that way. Okay, now that was an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. And you can see it did all 3. Just going to make sure that they're going to fold right. Yes, perfect. Okay, now you can see I left probably, I would say, a little bit more than a 1/16. Yeah, I left an 1/8 of an inch between these. and they fold perfect. If you leave any less than that, they're not going to fold up good. Okay, then we're going to cover the inside. Just going to grab another sheet of paper from Veronica. Isn't that pretty? It's so pretty. And this is pretty thick paper, so I think I'm going to use my art glitter glue. I can go a little bit faster with it. This is not just regular printer paper that she does these on. It's a little bit thicker, so it's a little bit easier to do the gluing. You don't have to worry about it showing through so much. And then I like to spread it out anyway, so take my finger. It's my finger tool, and I spread it all the way to the edges. And I gotta hurry because this is drying fast today since it's 90 degrees here. Yes, that went down nice and smooth. I have just covered that and then trimmed around the edges. Now I need to wait till this dries before I fold it. You know how impatient I am? Very. And see, if I had my sewing machine going, I would stitch around this. And that way, any little pieces like that right there that are poking up a little bit, that sewing machine would make sure those were down really well. And I'll probably get it back tomorrow and I'll do that. I'll stitch around them anyway. It wasn't much wrong with it. It just had a little problem with the bobbin shaft. So now, since I am so impatient, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to just take my bone folder, run it down through there on both sides so that I don't have, hopefully, any buckling. And then decide which one I want on the front. And I'm thinking I want that one on the front with the bird. Now I have a little bit of a hangover here from underneath. They don't come together perfectly, but that's okay with me. I don't mind that because that just gives you that place to open it up. Okay, none of my paper cracked, so that's good. No paper cracking. That's cute. I love that bird hanging on there. Now on this one, I don't think I'm going to cut it into a tag shape. Just simply because I like the look of it as it is. And if I cut it into a tag shape, I'm going to lose some of my prettiness. Like I'm going to lose part of this flower. So I think I'm going to leave it as is. Okay, I'm going to use my bone folder. Go down through those folds real well. And as you can see, that makes it lay down a lot better. Then we're going to ink around it, which is going to improve the look. To me, it improves it 100%. Makes it look more finished. Okay, so there is the inside inked. And there is the outside inked. Now, if you feel like that this is not going to stay closed, you can go ahead and put a little closure of some kind on here. We might. Let's see. I think I'll put a little eyelet in there and put some seam binding around it. And I'm going to guess it where I need to put it. Right there. That went in nice. And I got it a little low, but that's okay. Now I'm going to grab some seam binding. And since we have that pretty blue bird on there, I think I shall use this. I'm just going to leave a little bit sticking out on that side, and I'll cut this about right there. If I say that around Brooklyn, if I say, let's see what we get, she'll say, you get what you get and you don't pitch a fit. That's what her mom and daddy tell her all the time. Oh, I like that down low like that, because then we can still see our bird. So there is our seam binding on there, and I think I will put a little cluster or something down here on the bottom. May go with a piece of book page down there. Alright, I want to put some little folds in this, make this look like an old folded, crinkled, aged piece of newspaper here. There we go. We'll put that right across there. Now let's put a cluster of some kind on top of that. Grab a little piece of vellum out of here. And let's see, there's a pretty one. Oh, it's got another bird on there too. That's cute. And I think I'll put that right there. And I'm just going to use a little bit. I could get my Barely Art out, but I'm going to use a little bit of my glue stick on the back of this. Barely Art glue that we sell will not warp your vellum, so it's nice to put down. But I had my glue stick already open, so I'm just going to use that. There we go. Then, let's see. Not that one. Grab a little label. And this is from the Tim Holtz. The little ephemera pieces are from the Tim Holtz. Oh my word. I just forgot what the name of these are. Couture. There you go. Couture. And I'm going to put that right where those pieces come together. And that covers up that little area there. I'm going to have to use my Barely Art because I didn't get enough of that glue right under there. Barely Art is a fantastic glue for vellum. It doesn't show through. It doesn't warp it. I use it on all my vellum. And I should have used it on this. And you know, I was trying to be fast and didn't. There we go. Okay, we got that down. And we do have more of the original Barely Art in. Those come in today. So if you're looking for the original one, we have that in. Close some of these glues up before I end up spending the rest of my day trying to open glues. Okay, so we got our little cluster down there at the bottom. That's cute. And I think up here at the top, I might run a little piece of lace across there. Let me see what that would look like. Right, let's put this little piece. It's a flower piece. Let's put it on there. Right across the top. That doesn't show up as well as I thought it would. So let's go with a different one. Let's try this one. And this is our, oh yeah, I like that one better. This is our lace bobbins. I almost call them bones because Benji calls them bones. And every time I start to say that, I start to say bones. Because he sends me a message every so often. He'll say, you need any more bones cut? And I know what he's talking about, but I almost called it bones right then. But it's the little lace bobbins, and they do look like little dog bones. But I love, love, love mine. Got all my lace organized. Put that right there. I'll go ahead and glue this down too. Then we're going to put a little piece of our bling across there. And there you go. So that is the trifold, and then this is just the double fold. And I'm thinking this side needs some lace on it, don't you guys? Don't y'all think that needs lace on it? What do you think about this one on here? The floral. Nope, I'm not liking that on there. Okay, let's try this one. And we'll let it hang off a little bit, maybe? No. Nope, that one doesn't show up as good either. Okay, I'm going to put a little piece of this lace down the side of this. I think this is a very pretty lace. One of you guys sent me, of course. Most all the things that I have come from you. Isn't that cute? I like that. Alright, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to subscribe to our Facebook page. That's where everybody can share all of their ideas. We post ideas over there. Don't forget to go over and check out our blog. We have free digitals over there for you guys. And we will talk to you later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.